I would be very glad if Galaxy S26 Ultra skipped the under-display camera. Since 2021's Galaxy Z Fold 3, Samsung has included an under-display selfie camera on its Z Fold smartphones. This camera is nigh-on undetectable to consumers, but delivers lower picture quality compared to traditional selfie cameras. We had heard speculation that this camera would appear on a future Galaxy S model. However, a fresh leak indicates otherwise. Korean tipster U1122 claims that Samsung is planned to include an under-display selfie camera on the next Galaxy S model, presumably the S26 Ultra, but is finding it difficult to raise the price and other factors. They note that the Galaxy manufacturer is now anticipated to postpone the introduction of this innovation. You should absolutely take this with a great deal of salt, as this tipster does not always source their information. Still, this assertion comes after contradictory reports from relatively questionable sources about an under-display selfie camera in the Galaxy S26 Ultra. What makes missing this camera beneficial? I certainly wouldn't bet on Samsung including this technology in the Galaxy S line. Restricted to the folding screen, the Galaxy Z Fold series escapes an under-display camera. A standard selfie camera is also accessible on the cover display for higher quality images and movies. Samsung also first advertised the Z Fold line's under-display camera for its video calling features rather than for selfie photos. Former colleague Ryan Whitworth questioned the under-display camera in his Galaxy Z Fold 6, finding that photographs seemed quite fuzzy. This was the fourth Galaxy phone with this technology, so I don't have great expectations that things will better next year. But if Samsung did introduce this camera innovation to the S26 Ultra, it would almost surely represent a huge decline in picture quality compared to even inexpensive Android phones. The story also comes approximately a month after trustworthy publication Galaxy Club stated that Samsung will introduce an enhanced under-display selfie camera on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. So it definitely doesn't appear like the company's next fold will drop the technology. 2 months ago, I made the argument that Samsung had made a solid choice by eliminating Bluetooth from the Galaxy S25 Ultra's S Pen, since most users didn't really need this, and it seemed like an overcomplication. I'd go even further, most people don't even need the built-in S Pen in the first place. The area used by the stylus and its docking silo may be employed in other better ways. For example, you could do the obvious, fill all the additional space consumed by the S Pen silo with more battery. And as fate would have it, Samsung could have finally recognized the same thing. Recently, reports came that the firm might be adopting a drastically different approach with the S Pen on next year's S26 Ultra. Namely, it may not have a S Pen silo. Don't fear, this doesn't mean the S Pen is going away totally, it simply won't slide inside the phone. Samsung will most definitely still distribute the attachment within the box, however, as it currently does with its tablets. Who knows, instead of placing it inside, the Galaxy S26 Ultra owners may definitely connect the S Pen magnetically to the side of the phone. That's comparable to how the Apple Pencil connects to an iPad for charging and again, to Samsung's own tablets. What do we get instead of a S Pen silo? All things considered, the area covered by the S Pen silo within Galaxy Ultra phones is very vast. On phones, when every microscopic component of the inner hardware is cared for and incredibly precious, having such a vast area filled by a physical stylus that most people would not even use isn't a very efficient use of space. Well, reports indicate we could see a new primary camera with variable aperture on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung is also purportedly contemplating eliminating the 3x telephoto camera. This, paired with the elimination of the S Pen and its silo, might enable Samsung to fit a significantly bigger battery on board, with some suggesting that a gigantic silicon-carbon 7000 mAh battery would make it into the flagship phone. Any battery improvement would be excellent news too. For years, Samsung has doomed its flagships with 5000 mAh batteries. Even higher mid-range phones from China these days come with denser silicon-carbon batteries that reach 6000 mAh or more. And get this, some of these smartphones are slimmer than the S25 Ultra. Samsung has clearly gotten comfortable with battery sizes, particularly on the Ultra flagship. Removing Bluetooth connection could have been Samsung's method of testing users' response. And what did you lose? Without Bluetooth, the S Pen can no longer conduct air actions, control music playing, or operate as a camera shutter button. Most folks probably didn't aware these features even existed. While we don't have S Pen news numbers easily accessible to analyze and debate, I would guess that many Samsung fans will be extremely outspoken over the likely removal of the S Pen silo, and I understand that. Change is terrifying. But the potential advantages of removing the stylus from the phone significantly exceed the tiny inconvenience of not having a specific location for the item. Knowing Samsung, we'd certainly see a S Pen cover for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, similar to those that exist for the Galaxy Z Fold range, so it's only a little setback in terms of overall usage. I say good riddance, and give me greater battery life. Next, on April 7, Samsung started handing out the Stable One UI 7 upgrade to Galaxy smartphones. The corporation will successively spread the update to additional devices and nations. Well, I am here with a caution for any Galaxy owner preparing to install One UI 7. Samsung stated that a popular app might damage your Galaxy mobile on the One UI 7 version. Galaxy S25 series consumers are already suffering, thus a simple precaution might avert any possible data loss or device damage. Microsoft SwiftKey is a popular keyboard program for mobile devices. Many people prefer using this app, given its AI capabilities, as their phone's default virtual keyboard rather to the Samsung keyboard and Gboard from Google. Note that certain functions are particular to select smartphones like Z Fold 6, we'll include them at the end. Professional writing experience. Meet the Galaxy AI writing feature in the pop-up given after choosing text. When you pick text, it will improve spelling and grammar and modify sentence styles. It will short explain the material so that you can easily grasp it and arrange it in the way you wish. It will also assist you start writing by inputting the subject or term you wish to write. Convert call recordings to text and summarize them. Record calls in the Samsung Phone app and simply examine the call content and summary as text on the recent history screen. Availability of this feature may vary by nation, area, and language. Samsung used to be one of the finest businesses for rapid rollouts of the newest version of Android to all of its most popular Android phones and tablets. With the Android 15 rollout, however, Samsung has been rather sluggish. Many of its main phones and tablets are still on One UI 6, based on Android 14, despite Android 15 coming way back in October and One UI 7 appearing with the Galaxy S25 series in early February. Thankfully, a guy has submitted a screenshot to the Samsung members forum that reveals a One UI 7 release plan for the Korean market. Typically, the Korean deployment of a One UI upgrade coincides pretty closely with the US release, so our viewer may use this as a soft timeline for now. One thing that virtually never occurs is Samsung pushing things out in the US before Korea, so you shouldn't anticipate upgrades to appear sooner than this. Wondering how to check when it's your turn? It's simple. On April 10, or whenever the update hits your area, navigate to your phone's settings app. Tap on Software Update, then press Download and Install. If One UI 7 is ready for your device, it'll show up there. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi and have a decent battery level. Updates like these sometimes take a little time to download and set up. So, why all the hype? The One UI 7 offers a number of great features to your Galaxy phone. You'll notice a cleaner appearance with redesigned icons and widgets, including a useful Now bar on the lock screen for fast updates. There are also smarter AI functions, such improved picture editing and video cutting capabilities. It's all based on Android 15, so you'll receive the newest from Google too. If you're in the US with the Galaxy S24, the Z Fold 6, or the Z Flip 6, the answer is a solid yes. April 10 is your day, as verified by Samsung's US team. For everyone else, it depends on where you are and what phone you have. The rollout's already begun in Korea, and April 10 is when it goes global. Keep your phone ready, and you'll quickly discover what One UI 7 is all about. It's been a long wait since the beta testing started, but Samsung's finally delivering, and it looks worth it. Another major difference with the Galaxy S26 Ultra is the expected streamlining of its camera system. Leaked prototypes imply the smartphone may include 3 primary cameras instead of the 4-camera system found in current iterations. While this may seem like a decline, the emphasis seems to be on boosting the quality and performance of each individual lens rather than depending on sheer numbers. This simpler technique might also free up interior space, perhaps fitting a bigger battery. For consumers, this means longer battery life without affecting camera performance. The focus on quality over quantity might appeal to both casual photographers and power users who need dependability and efficiency. The expected removal of the HP2 sensor, which has been a fixture in Samsung's top handsets for 3 years, signifies a strategic change. By moving away from outdated technologies, Samsung seems to be emphasizing innovation and researching alternatives that promise superior optics and functionality. This action demonstrates Samsung's devotion to remain ahead in the fast-shifting smartphone industry. For users, it underlines the company's commitment on bringing new features that improve daily experiences, from photography to overall device performance. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is projected to sport a more streamlined design, reflecting contemporary trends of simplicity and efficiency. Multiple prototypes are apparently under testing, each investigating alternative configurations and features to strike the optimal mix between creativity and practicality. While the final design remains secret, the focus on refinement implies that Samsung is devoted to achieving the high expectations of its loyal customer base. This iterative design approach assures that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will not only appear elegant, but also give a user-friendly experience. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is a huge step forward in premium smartphone innovation. From the return of variable aperture technology to the inclusion of a 200-megapixel sensor and a simpler camera system, these speculated features illustrate Samsung's drive to pushing the frontiers of smartphone capabilities. For consumers, this might translate into a gadget that provides great performance, increased battery life, and a shooting experience that surpasses professional cameras. While the precise specifics of the Galaxy S26 Ultra remain undetermined, it promises to provide a smartphone experience that not only meets but surpasses expectations in important areas. With its emphasis on innovation and practicality, the Galaxy S26 Ultra might change what people expect from a premium smartphone. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.